I found this listing for an apartment at Craigslist. You can see it says posted 6 hours ago. Not very long ago. I called, you know, I mean, I have to find some place to live. Right? I mean, it's just, I mean, the property management has refused to give me an extension. I have to go to court to ask for one. You know, if I can't get granted, I guess I'll just, you know, be evicted if I can't find another place to live. You know, I can't really, the thing I was doing for the first several weeks was just trying to find some place that would have nobody could use for code interpretation, but I can't even worry about that now. I certainly can't, right? So it's I didn't really know. It doesn't really say what the address was. When I called the guy, he said that it was on C Street. I was like, oh, you know, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. Right? I call him. And then he says, all right, well, he finds out my name, and then he says, he asks if he can call me in a half hour or an hour. And I said, okay. And then I gave him my phone number, and he called me, and then he said, you know, and like something like this, I think this apartment listing, I think it's apartment X I think is something that predates the conglomerates. I don't think it's something that was like, you know, I think it's just I don't know why he, I don't think it has anything to do with anything, except that he may have chosen to list it this way to try to keep me away, that kind of thing. I have to find a place to live, right? He calls me, and then he tells me, you know, there's two applications. He's already had 2 applications for this apartment. And then he asked me, like, what I'm looking for, and then I tell him, you know, I didn't want something on the first floor, and then he's like, well, I only have something on the first floor. He starts to ask me it's just, I'm upset because this is, I've had this experience several times now. You know, if I'm able to talk to anyone at all, you know, it's often guys who are, sorry, excuse me, who will, you know, it seems to me that I'm in danger of being videotaped in the apartment, or it's someone who will say something like, oh no, we just rented the apartment. Like first he tells me during the second conversation that there are 2 applications in for this apartment already, and then later in the conversation he says, it's rented, what can I tell you? I mean, nobody's going to rent to me. Nobody wants to rent to me, you know, because the conglomerate is, you know, threatening everybody who doesn't abuse me, and that's just the way it is. I am being forced into homelessness.